Thank you very much, Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, for allowing me to participate in this very significant discussion which is taking place in this August House at the present moment. My senior colleague has already laid the groundwork for the discussion, and my learned friend on the other side has also mentioned, and rightly so, that this is not an occasion to score political points, and that all of us must rise above our party predic- predictions and look at the issue from a national perspective. What really concerns me is not the intent of the government. I do not think we can question this government's intention that it is very much concerned with national security. What worries me is the ability of this government to tackle the situation. If I look at the national security scenario in our country, we do not talk merely of internal and external security, we also talk about national security, food security. When I think on a holistic basis of national security, I find that our country is siding very fast towards a situation from where, unless the government takes some hard action, it will not be able to recover. If a government is serious about national security, I do not think that government ever had a minister who is in charge both of external affairs and defense. Sir, external affairs is a portfolio where three ministers are required: two ministers of state and one cabinet minister. The defense ministry has two ministers. That is where I question the policy of this government to deal with issues of national security. How can a government which believes in national security have a minister who is both a minister of external affairs and also a minister of defense? I have never understood it. What is the message that you are sending to the international community? This is where this government compromises on national security on every issue. We are given to understand that the reason why this is being done is that there is a minister in waiting. When that minister is cleared of certain inquiries, he will take over the portfolio. I would like to know whether this is the seriousness with which we consider our concerns in relation to national security. I need an answer from this government on this issue. The second issue that I want to raise in this: recently we had an episode which made it clear that our defense services have pores in matters of national security. There was this Tehelka episode which questions the sincerity of this government to deal with issues of national security. We find two sets of inquiries which are being conducted today. One set of inquiries is within the defense services to deal with those individuals who were seen on tape. The other is the commission of inquiry which has been set up to deal with other individuals. I think the people of this country do not even know that under the commissions of Inquiry Act, no investigating authority appointed under that act has the powers of a police officer. That means nobody can be arrested under the Commissions of Inquiry Act. Nobody can be interrogated in police custody. If the Commission of Inquiry cannot interrogate and arrest a person to find out the truth, then what purpose does it serve? I understand there are two political motives of this government in setting up such commission. But so far as we are concerned, when we see it in the context of national security, you will realize that the serious concerns that we people have are not even being addressed by the government of India. Sir, problem is that a coalition government is itself a threat to national government. That, sir, is the problem. But the government cannot address that concern because it is a coalition government. If it attempts to address that concern, it will fall. So the people of this country must know that a compromise is being made on matters of national security because of the stability of a coalition of this nature. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, I rise here to broadly support the President's address given by the President of India, but with a very serious caution. I think the address, which is a customary address of his government, what the government has done and what is intends to do in the coming year, has a very serious omission, in our opinion, which actually undercuts the very basis which led to the formation of the UPA government. This omission is both a dangerous omission and a significant omission, and this refers to the communal situation in our country. The last few months have seen the outbreak of communal violence in various parts of the country. I refer to the various cities in the state of Karnataka which have suddenly seen the outbreak of this communal violence. We have seen this violence being reported from various parts of Madhya Pradesh and from various important cities of Uttar Pradesh. It is happening on the basis of a certain political planning, which is a dangerous situation that is emerging in this country. Not recognizing this or ignoring this reality will pose a very grave danger to this government. This government will suffer not only for the government's stake but also for the stake of the people and for the stake of the country. The very formation of this UPA government was based on this fact that the country needed to be protected from such an assault, and there is a need to actually preserve and strengthen our secular democratic foundation. That is why the UPA was born. This is the ground reality which I would request the government and the ruling coalition also to consider. There was a time when the leading political party at that point of time won only 195 seats under the leadership of late Shri Rajiv Gandhi, but did not stake a claim to form the government. Even if they had done, they would not have got the majority. But today, with only 145 members of parliament, they are leading a coalition that we are supporting from the outside.